Hey guys, how's it going? It is Smalls Gaming, and in today's video I am bringing back using followers builds, and this time I am going to use them in ranked. Last time I used them in public matches, but remember, these builds that I recommend are not for you to switch out. If you do like your build and just play better with your build than my build, just keep your old build, and if you like my build, just try using mine. But just remember, hit that subscribe button, consider leaving a like. Check down my social medias in the description if you want to participate in the next using my followers builds. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. But other than that, let's get straight into the video. So on with the first build. The player up on the top left is the one who submitted it, so here's his build. OWC Marksman, MIP Strike Stock, Fast Reload, Strike Foregrip, and OWC Laser Tactical. Grenade Pistol, I don't really care about the build, I'm mainly focusing on the primary, so if you want to take a screenshot, you can. So he uses Thermite Trophy System, Equalizer, Lightweight, Vulture, and Dead Silence. And you already know this is going to be ranked gameplay, and I'm going to be talking about in the gameplay if I like the build or not. But other than that, let's get straight into the gameplay. So let's talk about the build. The build was quite slow. I was testing it and see how slow it was, and you can see how slow the gun is. And I don't know if the player is supposed to really play passive with this gun. And I'm gonna be honest, if you're trying to play passive with an SMG, just use an AR at that point, just because you'll do better damage at longer ranges, but I guess you still want to do damage up close. The Marksman Barrel and the Strike Stock actually help your horizontal recoil control, which is really good, especially on the MP7, because you want to kind of stack range on this gun. But I think the Strike Stock really affects your movement speed, so you can't really get to places faster, and the MP7 already has slow mobility, so it's not really the best of attachments to use. And I think the Strike Foregrip is just way too overkill, just because you already have 4 recoil control attachments, which is the Strike Stock, the Marksman Barrel, and then you have the Strike Foregrip. We also have the OWC Laser Tactical, which isn't really a bad attachment to say the least, but you don't really have a lot of other ADS speed attachments. And with the Fast Reload, I don't really mind it. I really couldn't tell a difference in the reload speed, even though it says that there's a difference, which is really weird. But it's not really viable to say the least. I was competing with it and I was doing pretty well, but without one of the perks that I'm going to be explaining after this game wasn't included, so it doesn't really make it the best build possible. But this gun was really slow, even though there was only one attachment that actually affected your AD speed, which was the Marksman Barrel. And typically on any gun you don't want to use the Marksman Barrel, just because there's way too many downsides for it. But on the MP7 it's really viable, just because the MP7 is kind of built for long range, similar to the GKS. But this gun wasn't all too bad. I was actually having fun with it. I thought I was gonna have trouble with it, and I was actually doing pretty good. This was actually my first game of rank that I was playing, but it wasn't too bad. I think the movement speed, or the ADS movement speed, was more on the slow side, and I think you kind of want to increase its mobility, just because the mobility on the MP7 isn't that great, so you kind of want to increase its mobility, and using multiple attachments kind of makes it good. You can really only use one attachment that increases mobility, and that makes it good. But there's only one ADS speed attachment and no ADS movement speed attachments for the MP7. And I'm not gonna lie, I was beaming with this at long ranges, but other than that, let's get straight into what I would change about the build. So after the rundown in the gameplay, we are gonna switch 2 things, and that is the perks. So we're gonna switch Vulture to Cold Blooded, just because typically I do not like dying to score streaks way too often, and I do not have an FSG in this class. So Cold Blooded is a really good perk. Now for the build, we're going to remove the Strike Foregrip. One, because it affects your ADS movement speed, and the Marksman Barrel is already giving you that recoil control, and the Strike Stock as well. So go to your perks, go all the way to the end, go to the Headspoke perk. This is going to increase your fire rate and your time to kill overall, which is what makes the MP7 viable. Now for the Fast Reload, I don't really notice a difference in the Fast Reload, but I would probably recommend the Extend Mag A, just because you're going to be running out of ammo much quicker with the Enhanceable perk. Now this last one is up to preference. You can use the Strike Stock, but I like using the no stock, just because it's going to give you more mobility, which the MP7 doesn't have. But let's go on to the second build. So what this player uses, up on the top left, he uses Thermite, Flashbang, Lightweight, Quick Fix, Shrapnel, Equalizer, MW11. And here's the build for the DRH, which is my main focus of this video. So he uses the OWC Marksman, no stock, stippled grip tape, 30 round extended mag, and the Strike Foregrip. And I don't know if this is a troll build, but we're gonna have to see. So let's go right on to the gameplay. So with this build, let me just say, I honestly do think this is a troll build because there's no way you don't know about the DRH meta. And to make this meta, you need the OTM mag, and obviously they don't have it. They have the 30 round extended mag, and this just made it so painful. I had to play 2 games. I did pretty bad. I didn't do too well. But the build itself is overall really bad just because you don't have the best attachments equipped. So the first attachment that was equipped was the no stock, which is a pretty good attachment on the DRH because you typically want to use that as an aggressive AR, just because you can't really fight enemies long range just because you're not able to. The gun has bad bullet spread accuracy, and even if you stack a lot, you'll still do pretty bad. And with the marksman barrel, that's just gonna affect your ADS speed, your ADS movement speed, and your movement speed overall, which is not good, especially on an aggressive AR. Typically, I don't like using it. I like to keep that mobility. Next, I think is the stippled grip tape, which the DRH already has bad bullet spread accuracy, but you're just making it even worse with the stippled grip tape. Stippled is just the worst attachment in the game just because it affects bullet spread accuracy too much, and it doesn't really help your ADS speed whatsoever, which isn't the best idea to do so on a gun that doesn't have good bullet spread accuracy, and I'm gonna keep on saying that throughout the rest of the video. And then the last attachment is the strike foregrip, which decreases your ADS movement speed, which on the DRH isn't really bad just because mobility on the DRH with no stock equipped is not that bad, so you can actually equip that. But with marksman equipped, you're just making it even slower. So there is some alternatives that I'm gonna have to build, and just so you guys know, actually these builds are just for you to try out. You don't actually have to switch your entire build, and if you like it, try switching it out, and if you don't like it, just keep your old build. These are just my preferences with guns. I like to keep my mobility, but you don't have a lot of good attachments like the tac laser. You kind of need the tac laser for that ADS speed and bullet spread accuracy. I think the recoil control is you already have that for the marksman barrel. The marksman barrel is already giving you that recoil control, so I really don't think you need that strike foregrip because the marksman barrel is already giving you that, like I said, and you're just wasting an attachment at this point. And I think if you're trying to go for recoil control, there's a better attachment that I do recommend using, and that attachment is going to help you way more than the marksman barrel. But let's go on to the discussion of the attachments. So this time we're going to switch the attachments of the gun, and we are going to switch a lot. So go to stippled, put granulated. It's just going to help you fight longer ranges. Go to the mags. Instead of the 30 round, put the 25 or the 30 round OTM mag. I like using 25 round. Remove the strike foregrip, and we're gonna put the OWC laser tactical, ADS speed, ADS bullet spread. We're keeping no stock, but we're gonna switch the marksman. If we can put the OWC ranger barrel for the ADS bullet spread and damage range upsides, but if you want recoil control, you can put the MIP light muzzle brake. It is gonna increase your vertical recoil control, but just remember, just pull down. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
It's that good feeling, show me you're with it. I start watch, now she knows I'm winning.